Hey, Jojo, this is a pretty nice ship. How'd you get such a fancy luxury craft?
High Lord of Tau owes me a favor from taking a hotshot marksman rifle for him.
Wait, why'd your accent change? Weren't you Japanese last week?
You're terrible of accents, and you've heard French accents for 5 years of your life. What was that? Did a window snap?
No, the fourth wall broke. Hold on, just gotta... There, all fixed. Hey, you mind if I talk about a game? I still need to make a video. Thanks for letting me grab my PC, by the way.
Go for it. Should I be worried about that wall thing?
Nah, not likely. It will probably happen again. Either way, it's Wednesday, my dude, so I should probably talk about your world.
Wednesday again? Didn't I just rescue you from the war?
Yeah, but I did that elf thing on Monday, so it's Wednesday now, so let's talk about something quick and easy. The Dark Angels Codex just came out. I finally got my hands on the Codex. Honestly, I'm never going to use it, but I like being able to take pictures off the app on my phone. The Dark Angels have always been weird with rules and stories behind them. They aren't the first Primarch found. Horus was, who was given the 16th Legion, but Lionel Johnson on Caliban, which apparently had a Daemon engine used on it, which might be why it was corrupted as sin, and had a special circle of fantasy-era knights with laser guns fighting demonic creatures. But the history of the Dark Angels, the Fallen Angels, and they're totally not Fallen Angels of the Inner Circle. This book has 3 detachments, and because I have more time, I can go more in depth with them. Their names really don't make much sense, but let's get into this. God, if the lion comes here to kick my ass again.
He won't. Or else.
Good to know? Either way, the first one we'll get into is the Index Detachment, the Unforgiven Task Force. Now, as with all Space Marine detachments, if you have any unit with a chapter keyword, no other chapter keyword can be used in the detachment. This detachment is built around being anti-Battle Shock. Battle Shock is such a good idea, but it's so easy to ignore it. You roll 2d6, add the numbers, and try and get better than your unit's leadership skill, which is on average 6 to 8, which is not hard to get. When battle shocked, any Adeptus Astartes unit in the detachment has an objective control of 1 instead of 0. This is pretty good actually, but there's also a few good ways to avoid being battle shocked, like command reroll or insane bravery stratagems. There's 4 enhancements with 3 different values. I'll give a quick rundown of each thing. Each one gets a bonus if their unit they're used on is battle shocked. I'm gonna quickly run these down because I've got 2 more detachments to go over. Pennant of Remembrance is 10 points and gives Feel No Pain, questionable use given it what it actually gives. A Chaplain is honestly better. Weapons of the First Legion is 15 points, gives a bonus to strength and damage for melee weapons. Given melee weapons are usually just not great in 10th edition, this is meh. Stubborn Tenacity is also 15 points, and this one adds to hit rolls if the target is below starting strength, and add 1 wounds if they're that and you're battle shocked. God, this one seems good until you read the conditions there, battle shocked and below starting strength. And Shroud of Heroes is 25 points, which makes me think there's a misprint there because there's no 20-point enhancement. This lets you roll a d6 when a model is destroyed, and on a 2+, they come back as close to their falling location, not within engagement range, of an enemy with 3 wounds remaining. all wounds if they're battle shocked. God, that's expensive. But this one is really okay. Except Necrons do it better with just a stratagem. As for stratagems, some of these are actually pretty good. All but one really, especially the shoot back sort of stratagem. All Space Marine detachments get Armor of Attempt. I'm not going to go over stratagems, only because I admit I don't know them all that well. Next up is the Inner Circle Task Force. This is intended for Terminator use of the Deathwing Force of the Dark Angels. The detachment ability lets you pick out an objective during the command phase, and any Deathwing infantry unit making an attack against a target within range of that objective marker can add 1 to their wound rolls. Enhancements are also weirdly pointed, 4 of them again. 10 points, Eye of the Unseen, it gives you a chance to get an extra command point. 15 points for Champion of the Deathwing, gives you lethal hits to melee, and boosts the crits if they're on the vowed objective. Singular Will is 20 points, boosts the range one can pile in or consolidate after a charge, that's pretty worthless. And Deathwing Assault is 30 points and lets you use Deep Strike earlier than normal. Most of these are okay, though that 20-point one is definitely questionable there. Skipping stratagems, though most seem to be built around defense, fighting, or charge phases. Last, we got Company of Heroes, which has 2 detachment rules. One of them gives Outrider units in your army the battle line keyword. Not bad, more bikes is nice. It also allows all units in your army the ability to shoot in turns they fell back or advanced in. This is pretty great for bikes given they kind of at default move their max advancement. Enhancements are as follows. Mastercrafted Weapon is 10 points and gives melee weapons the precision ability. 15 points is Master Maneuver, however the hell, and lets you the attached unit be placed in strategic reserves without taking from the value limit, and lets them roll out sooner. 20 points is Recon Hunter, and gives Scouts ability for 9 inches. Last is Mounted Strategist with 30 points, and lets the attached unit charge when they advanced. Enhancements ain't bad, honestly, but I could have sworn I read in the codex that this detachment also gave the Raven Wing keyword, but I might be wrong. Honestly, Deathwing are cool. They now have 2 combat patrols. The one with the Dreadnought was not removed, but all Space Marine armies have been doing pretty shit in competitive play. This one's pretty well in the back, but still beating me in my Deathwatch. Seriously, Games Workshop? I'll talk about Deathwatch if you buff us for once. But that's really all I got to say, so shove off.